Oh yes, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions News. It's your 25th of March edition of the news. It's a Monday, sucks because it's Monday and we've got shit to do. Without further ado, let's get into the news. Our first story begins with Marvel Insider. If you're not familiar with what this is, it's an extra tool in order to get things like extra rewards. More than likely 3 stars for certain champions. It kind of means that you don't have to really grind out in arena, but you have to wait a month in order to receive said champion. And yeah, it's 3 stars, so it's not going to be a real change to your roster, but for those that are new to the game, this will actually make a bit of a difference. So if you want to grind out, link is in the description below. I'll even put my how to get it guide in the description as well. But the fact is, there's changes afoot. In fact, you don't get on completion. Changes will be done to Marvel Insider, so you have to do the 100%, not just the completion of this event. It's kind of disappointing, but even though it's not said here, I did have an image to prove that it was going to be a case. It's going to change to all about exploration of things like heroic, normal, and beginner. But hey, I lost it. Sucks. Sorry to the person that sent that through to me. But yeah, in future, you'll need to 100% this, not just complete it. Next up, in a nice little opinion poll where people's thoughts are, how much would they actually pay for a 6-star? It's always interesting to find out because do bear in mind, we are the consumers, we are the customers. So how much do you think it's fair to pay for a 6-star? Now do bear in mind, it's not a guaranteed odds that you're going to get a Corvus each time. And every time we look at free-to-play players versus play-to-win, when you pay to win, you pay to gain some decent champions, or you think you're going to get some decent champions. More than likely, you make small gains. So if you pick up a terrible 6-star champion, or even like 5 stars, terrible 5-star champion, is it going to mean that you're going to substantially improve your roster? No. It's all based on a randomizer. It's all kind of a case of like you take a gamble when you put money in, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, where do you line if you were to pay to get a 6-star? And it looks like it's obviously going to be the lowest amount. Yes, developers and games companies need to run games. Of course, we know that. But at the same time, we want to see value for money. And that's that happy medium I'd like to see in the future. When the costs go down, probably when we get 7 stars, you'll probably see the cost of a 6-star going way down, or getting loads more 6-star shards for a lower price, like it goes way down. Next up, saw this, thought it was pretty funny. Marvel Contest Champions True Costs page. Link is also to the page in the description. And I saw this, I thought, yeah, this is kind of cool. So it's like, that's how you take down Thanos, right? You shrink Ant-Man down, or Ant-Man shrinks down, goes into his intestines, and he punches the shit out of those things. And, well, that's going to give anyone time in trouble. Talk about irritable bowel syndrome. What about Antman bowel syndrome? In other news, and it seemed a couple of days ago that people were getting notifications to say a free 4-star was available for them, or in-game there was a free 4-star. Now, I didn't receive this personally, but at the same time, I do have my notifications turned off, so hence I wouldn't actually receive it. But the fact is, it's interesting when these things pop up. Either it's a case there's an extra bit to it that was missed off, a free 4-star with every purchase of win a free 4-star by doing this. Now, these messages are kind of like, yeah, it's good, but at the same time, it does trick the player into thinking that there's something there that isn't. But one thing to really mention is I have seen this before personally. I've had this on my phone come up, especially when I was putting together my Huawei Mate 20X, when I was doing some kind of grinding on MCC with it. I did have notifications on, and I have seen something like this in the past. It may not have been the case, it's been recent, well, pretty certain it's been recent, but also it's been in the past as well for the last 4 years that I've played. Occasionally some weird messages pop up, and when you click on it, it doesn't take you to anything. And in game, like you'd expect something like something on the opening page or something as an inbox message, but I haven't received it. Very interesting to see that these things come up, and obviously if you have had the same experience, then go to the link in the description, just have your say as well. Maybe Kabam can clear up some information on what the message was actually, just so it doesn't mislead players in thinking that they could have got a 4-star, or it could have been a way to entice them to get into the game. Next up, and a lot of people have asked me the questions of like, well, what champions are we getting next month? This is the point of saying it's very hard to say what is going on. It comes with a very tight-lipped 2 months, I want to say, call it tight-lipped, because obviously we've got Avengers Endgame. Now I do have my running theories that it's a case that if Kabam release something that is in conjunction with Endgame, they'd have to release it next week, as we know, but the fact is if they do that, then they do spoil the film. So therefore, will they look to have a 2-monthly type event? 1 month that is a build up to it, that doesn't really spoil it, and as well a second month, which will be the month of May, where they indeed then go on the same line and story as the film. The only information I know that is solid at the moment is number 1, that the April champ, the login champ, will be Red Skull. There is also more information on beacons, so whether or not we're going to receive another beacon and then another Fantastic Four character. Rumor is that we'd probably get something like Sue Storm and maybe even Super Skrull, but look, it's very hard to tell at this moment because, like I said, it's a very tight-lipped 2 months, and Kabam won't look to let every bit of information slip out just yet. We'd largely have to wait till the last week in order to then get that information. So expect something towards mid this week or towards the end. Also, there's information about Infinity Gauntlet tokens. Now, this is something we still don't know anything about just yet. All this stuff is just information until the point we can verify some of the stuff. So do take it with a pinch of salt. It could be something associated with what could be going on for either April or May, but do bear in mind the spoiler aspect. If Kabam do run something, they'd have to come up with their own end game story, which still I don't think would work in line with what's released in the cinema. So it could be a different event with something being released towards the end, like a special event, or it's a case that I have something released in early May. Now on to our final story, and that is arena results. Now, not all the results have come in. Do keep locked to Marvel Contest of Champions Trucos for more further information using the arena night. But the fact is, we've got enough information to go on. So if you're going for the 3-star, yes, we're covering 3 stars. If you're going for the 3-star, 1.42 mil, so that's 1,420,000 points were enough to get the 3-star. And I do think that's going to be the same case for next time. So the round 2 information will be below for predictions, by the way. Also for the 4-star, the Nick Fury, 11.1 mil is the lowest I've seen so far, and that was about 770 position, and I'd probably say 12 mil will be fine. If you followed my last one, which was 12.5 mil, then you would have got it. So fantastic, that's always good to see. And also thanks for everybody that participated and kind of joined on with my grind of the champion. It was fun. I also managed to have a good weekend off, by the way, and won a massive load of sweets. But no one cares about my life, so let's continue on. In any case, 4-star Rogue, 1.8 mil, and I think 1.8 mil for the round 2 will suffice. If you do feel a bit cagey about the result, the idea of like 1.8 mil, maybe put 1.9 mil just to feel yourself to be safe and secure. The 5-star, the lowest that I've seen so far is 60 mil, and that was something that was in the 100s. So if you are thinking about going for the 5-star, do bear in mind that you're going to have to grind higher. However, though, I must state that a lot of times when we get hugely hyped champions, watch out for the round 2. Round 2 seems to have this kind of weird drop in it. So whether or not this is going to be a situation where we'll see a 20 mil around that kind of mark, because people are going, I burnt out from that shit now, I ain't bothering. Look out for that. That could be a sneaky time if you want to put in something a lot lower. You could even get the champion. I'm personally not going to do it because I've got shit to do. But the fact is, yeah, do watch out for that. So remember, that has been Marvel Contest of Champions news. If you enjoyed the news today, hit that like button, subscribe for Marvel Contest of Champions based content. Have your say in some of the stories by going to the comment section and having at it. You know, if you've got a gripe about something, then have a gripe. If you feel that something's unjust, then you go for it. I mean, it's in DC, but you feel unjust if you want to be. Also, thank you very much to everybody that grinded out with me over the weekend for Nick Fury. It was a success, thank God. Also, special thanks to those that bought merch. Thank you ever so much, and I really look forward to adding some more lines at a later date. The stuff that's on there at the moment is a limited run, and that's just because I want to find out what people like and then change things out, add new things in, that kind of stuff. So yeah, come to the live stream because it does ping up with a notification to say what has been bought, and then we can have a look at, you know, what people are doing. I can also then thank them. So yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, self-promotion all out of the way. Thank you again, and I shall see you in tonight's stream at 1900 hours GMT. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.